Welcome back. We are on another episode of ET Homegrown. First interview in a long time.
Yes, sir. First interview, little bit of a jittery.
Buddy's nervous, huh?
Yeah. A little bit of a jittery one, but today in studio we got Nick. He is an artist in the Everett area, in Washington based primarily.
Man. Yeah, like North Seattle, like Bothell, Linwood.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah.
Go check out the description for all his links. Go tap in, go look at the art, then come back and watch the rest of this episode. It's important that you see the art and then learn the man behind it. We're very thankful you came here. Man took an Uber to get here. That's dedication. If you want to get on ET Homegrown, I need that level of dedication. That's an amazing thing. My girlfriend once took an Uber from Portland to Washington just to say hi to me. I thought that was dedication.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I felt that level of love when you said it was an Uber to get here. No, I felt that from you.
Love.
You know, I was like, whoa, took an Uber to get here?
Yeah, man.
Uber's fucking expensive. Yeah. You know, do people take taxis anymore?
I see them driving around every once in a while.
It can't
like
be
downtown Seattle.
Be too often. But no, you might have seen his work in the Shacktoberfest or on Instagram or multiple other places and galleries all over. You're very esteemed, you know, out of the artists that I've spoken to, which makes it an even greater episode, I feel like.
Thanks, man. Like
I said, go tap in with that stuff before you get locked into the episode. Grab your food, grab your smoke. Let's get locked in. Mm-hmm. Furthermore, you said, I read that you were from Portland, but you have a strong root here. Mm-hmm. So kind of explain that to me. How does that work?
Man. Yeah, for sure. Honestly, my dad met my mom over in Chicago, and then they kind of relocated over to Oregon, where she's from.
What part of Oregon?
Like Hillsboro.
Hillsboro.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. They both started working at Nike together.
Oh, really?
Back in the day, yeah. So
I stayed in Portland myself. So were they at the headquarters or were they?
Yeah. I went to the Nike daycare.
That's a good job.
Yeah, man.
That's a good job.
Yeah. And then after that, he got a job over at Brooks Sports, Brooks Running, the company. And then ever since 2004, I've been here in Seattle. So it's
what brought them here? Just work?
Yeah, just work. Yeah.
So you grew up with both parents?
Mm-hmm.
Lucky.
Yeah, I was lucky.
Yeah. See, I feel like it's more of a unicorn to find that, someone with both parents. Do you have a good relationship with them both?
Yeah, I'd say so. They've been super supportive ever since I was younger. Not even just artistic endeavors, but just even just kind of finding what I wanted to do. You know, it's been great. Which I know too. It's it's kind of a blessing.
Yeah,
just to have that. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, man.
What are some of the things you've wanted to do over the years, other than what you're doing now?
Honestly, man, I've tried everything. I tried being in a metal band back when I was
oh shit,
maybe about what
was the name?
Oh man. It was 9 months later, something like that. It was it really was. It was a punk band.
Yeah. That's a fire name. 9 months later. I've never heard that.
I mean, I was really, I was influenced by Bring Me the Horizon, Devil Wears Prada, Job for a Cowboy.
Yeah.
Some kind of bands like that.
I don't want to lie to you. I don't know none of those bands.
Yeah, no,
but I've heard of Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah. Okay.
What type of music? Punk?
It was really metal, deathcore.
Oh, metal. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, almost Slipknotty, Suicide Silence.
Is there any time that metal music isn't a vibe? It doesn't hit for you?
Honestly, man, these days I'm really I'm low key. I feel like Unk nowadays. You know? Yeah, I hit 30 and now I'm just kind of
He said I'm kicking back.
Yeah, I'm really just kind of not with that. Which again, I still support all the local acts. I know Showbox is still around, Soto, everything down there, El Corazon, we need more spots like that. Yeah, man, they always have great acts down there.
I'll tell you what, I've thought about doing a show there, but that's a big room. It's a big room.
It is a big room, man.
It is a big room.
Honestly, you guys the amount of artists you guys have had in here from different.
Oh yeah.
Even you were saying, Ethan, just getting different people from different walks of life and everything.
Right.
That's really what it's about. I feel
Yeah.
Especially when we set out to make the show, is trying to find different types of people, different stories, and it kind of
it doubles as a great way to make connections for sure.
Exactly.
what's the word? Networking.
Right.
The networking's great through
Exactly,
this.
man. Yeah.
So you came here when you were a kid. How old was that? How old when you came here?
Probably like 11 or 12.
You said this
around
was
then.
in 04?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you did a lot of your like elementary years in Portland, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Was it tough to leave all your friends?
Honestly, man, because like we were bouncing around even then, like
in Portland.
in Portland, to where it kind of wasn't super hard to like leave everyone, and my dad's family is all in like Chicago, so
Chirac, huh?
yeah, exactly.
Chirac. Hey, we praying for
Chirac.
you, fam.
Yeah,
Do you eat meat?
I do eat meat.
Okay, I had to ask because when I lived in Portland,
Yeah.
there was a fucking cow strike. There was people dressed as cows walking down the
man.
street. So, I seen that. I was like, that's a 50-50 right there.
I see. Yeah.
Sounds like some Portland shit.
Oh, yeah.
I've only been there a few times, but it adds up.
Yeah, man. See, I've only seen like people dressing up like cows like that for like Chick-fil-A, and trying to sell a milkshake or something,
That'd be awesome, wouldn't it?
Like, oh man.
So, came here in 04. What school did you go to?
I went to Linwood a little bit. I went to Jackson a little bit of Bothell.
I've done a lot of crazy shit at Linwood, but
Yeah.
never going to like the school. It's just like after hours, you know, like it's a fun little spot.
Yeah. Also, my freshman year, I went to Cedar Park Christian.
Okay.
Yeah,
Christian school.
over in Bothell. Yeah, they made you shave the head. Like,
Wow.
all that. And they made you play like Archbishop Murphy.
Oh, damn.
Oh,
for sports and everything.
shit,
like,
dude.
So y'all got
Yeah.
whooped.
Yeah, so y'all got,
Yeah.
or you guys
We
were
did.
good.
We did.
If you're in their division yearly.
Yeah.
Were
man.
they scouting out athletes like Archbishop was?
They were.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's up with that? The Christians, man, they really like their football.
They do.
So did you grow up pretty heavily like involved with Christianity? Or?
I think really that, or just like my dad was like Greek Orthodox and my mom was like Protestant.
Oh,
So
okay.
it was like, it was always kind of there, but then like
Yeah.
as I got older, of course, like like pushed back a little.
Yeah, you're like,
against
I'm
it
gonna
and,
do my own thing.
doing my own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So was it an all boys school?
No, it was boys and girls.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
hype.
but they make
Uniforms?
you like, they make you dress up like.
And they cut your hair? Did
cut
they
your hair.
do it there?
No,
Oh.
no.
I would have been so sad walking through the line.
Yeah.
How long were you at that school for?
About like half a year.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Did you get kicked out?
No, I was like, I'm not
I'm-
feeling this.
I'm
Like,
done with that.
yeah, I'm done. Like,
Specific uniforms and shit?
honestly, they just let you wear kind of, not really like specific uniforms, more just like collared shirts and like
Right.
slacks and stuff
more,
like
more
that.
fancier
Like,
stuff.
yeah.
Were you
exactly.
painting at the Christian school? Had the art started?
No, but I did like there was another private school I went to, Chrysalis over in like Woodinville.
Okay.
Which I had art teachers there that like super inspiring with that. They introduced me to like like Miyazaki, the anime.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
creator.
yeah.
Like did like Spirited Away, like Howl's Moving Castle.
Yeah,
like, all
House
those.
Moving Castle is
Like,
yeah.
I'm not super
My
in touch
girl
with
likes
the anime
that.
Sure.
stuff, but
Sure.
he's like super big into
Gotcha.
it.
Well,
Gotcha.
I'm just diving in. One Piece, man.
There you go.
One Piece.
There you go.
I'm telling
Oh
you.
yeah.
One piece at a time.
But no, so you started at that's when it kind of started.
Right,
Was
right.
at that second school?
Exactly. Yeah. Or just always like having like a like before like I could even get tattoos. Was always interested in like tattoo artists and
Were you ever drawing on yourself? I used to do that, like
Oh,
with
yeah.
the pens and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
Draw the tattoos.
for sure, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But yeah, that's one of those things too where it's like you kind of have like the thought in your mind and like you just kind of put it at the back of your mind until
Till time.
maybe you grow up and like kind of go from there. And then even honestly, like I just started painting even just like a year and a half ago.
Oh,
Really?
So yeah, so it's
You
like all
gotta-
of this has been like kind of
You got a shit ton of paintings.
yeah, man. Like if you ever seen my house, man, it's like yeah.
Were you doing
It's no
different
joke,
types
like-
of art before you were painting?
Yeah, man. I was always into like spray paint. I was always into they even have like those pens that like look like they're like graffiti pens.
Oh yeah, like
you
the
know,
thick ass
yeah,
pen.
yeah.
Exactly.
Like the paper pens.
It's like Pashka, I think, and like he has like where like you squeeze it and like you just kind of draw designs and like shapes and stuff. But
Okay. So were you making like pieces with that to sell or anything, or was that just kind of like a hobby?
I'd more do it like just for like friends and family.
There you go.
Kind of like that. Yeah.
Some custom
But-
pieces.
You said graffiti. Were you ever like doing the like sides of the freeway and shit like
no,
that?
but I was always like super like
Down to?
intrigued by that.
Yeah.
I mean, even like wasn't that one guy we had from Washington like the Barefoot Bandit? Or
Yeah,
whatever?
yeah,
Wasn't
yeah.
he super into that? Or
Mhm.
like, yeah.
You know, I
mean,
knew his grandma, which is crazy.
real?
Yeah, I knew his grandma. She,
Damn,
or at least she claimed to be his grandma.
I feel like I've heard of the Barefoot Bandit, but I'm not 100% sure.
He stole
what
a
that is.
plane.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just taking planes, like,
and then he crashed it.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've had a few wild ones here. The Green River.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking
The
Ted Bundy.
The Green River.
The plane dude.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Even too, man, just like, because I know you guys, like we were talking about with like music and stuff before, just the amount of like culture I feel like Seattle has as opposed to other cities. You know, it's really like a melting pot of like different, you know.
That's
There's
why
definitely
like
stuff for
on,
each
like,
category for sure.
Yeah, man.
So you only started painting a year and a half ago?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
what's your day job? What's the main source of income for you?
Honestly, man, a lot of it's just been like savings from bartending and catering. So
Okay.
I've been lucky to either kind of live off of that or just live off of what I've been making from the paintings. So.
That's fire, man.
Yeah.
So when did you quit like the job and focus on the paintings?
I more kind of got like laid off during like COVID.
Oh, okay,
honestly,
okay.
yeah, because I feel like that was a time where like everyone was like
Yeah, things were
kind of.
tough,
It was really tough,
especially
yeah.
for the service industry. Shit was
Yeah, man,
tough.
for sure. And then like it's exactly. It's one of those things where you feel like I don't know if it's like fate or whatever, but it kind of pushes you in a direction like you're not really sure like where it's going. Like I'm sure
Right.
with your guys' thing, like you guys maybe are always just good at like talking to people, right? And so then it kind of manifested into this. Like,
For sure.
I would say it stemmed from a different skill, probably like
Sure.
yours. You know, like I was always good at making friends, and
There you go.
that's my partner in crime. So it just kind of made it work.
The talking on camera thing was definitely something to get used to for sure. Still to this
Totally.
day, I get a little rusty and you got to figure it out.
I feel
but
that. Yeah. I honestly on the way was just thinking, but I'm just like, just like keep it natural. Like,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, like it's,
I do the same thing where like I'll write, excuse me, like 500 things. Like I'll write everything in my mind that I think I could ask, and then I end up browsing at it every once in a while because, like, I'd rather come in over prepared, but at the same time, the conversation tends to go where it wants, and that's the best.
Yeah.
That's the best type of episode is when it's
man.
not. I hate the interviews where it's question answer question answer question answer.
it's
I'd
a
rather
little forced.
rather you like ask and answer the question yourself almost. You know what I mean? Like I kind of set you up to take the punch.
oh, totally.
At least that's what I try to do. It doesn't always
Yeah.
work, but
No, man. I mean, also too, it's like, exactly, just kind of going into it like
yeah.
off the top. Like,
Finding
You
the
know,
flow.
conversations are like a play almost. Like there's rhythms to it.
Yeah.
Especially like this type of talking, like trying to fill the gaps, make sure it stays good.
totally.
But no, interviews have always been fun. Like getting to meet new people. I'm really sad you didn't bring a piece. I was hyped to show them, but I do want to highlight this piece, Watchers.
Yeah.
And Tony will put it up on the screen
Throw it
right
up
now.
out there.
But I don't know. You know what that one is right off tops. That one, when I was looking through them, it really like stuck out to me. And I know your stuff's abstract, but that one kind of seems more like it has a plot there.
Right.
And I was wondering if you might explain it to me.
Yeah, man.
Because as someone that like me, I'm a very I don't understand art as a connoisseur. Like I look at things, and if it catches my eye, that's what I like.
Sure.
I don't see the deeper meaning yet. I'm not quite there.
Right.
So I would love to hear your explanation on it and like the whole make of what it is.
Sure, man. Honestly, like to touch on like what you were saying too, like just for a second, I feel like I don't know who said it, but like how like we're all kind of like artists in like our own way, you know, just like how we do things, how we talk to people, like you know, like each person's story is like totally different from someone else's, you know.
For sure.
As for that piece though, I feel like it was really just almost like, you know, when other people kind of look at it too, it's not just like you're looking into it, it's almost like it's looking back at you.
Yeah.
Which I feel like that's kind of like a conversation you have with like a lot of art, you know, because it's like, you know, good art, just like good music, it keeps you thinking about it.
And that
Even
one
when you're not,
engages
like-
you, I feel like. And like you said, I didn't really think about it like that until you said like it's watching you, and it is, you know, because when I looked at it, honestly, my brain went to, have you seen this or read this book, Where the Wild Things Are?
Oh yeah,
That's it. Kind of like I was like, that kind of
That's
it
a
kind of
classic.
competes or not competes, but compares with it for me in the
Yeah.
brain.
That's almost like you know, for me, like Harold and the Purple Crayon. You remember that? Or like they had.
I'm not too sure what that is.
I mean, don't look at him for nothing.
That's a classic.
That's like a movie.
Oh, that's basically like it's like this kid that had like this crayon, and like he could like draw doors with it, and, like go through doors and like.
It's kind of like the Blues Clues.
Exactly.
Crayon,
It's like it is like Blues Clues, man. Like,
hell yeah.
Are there any like shows right now in particular that art styles are really popping for you? Like, because you were saying you like anime, right? Like, is there any?
Yeah. Honestly, I've been going back to like some of the classic ones, like Cowboy Bebop.
I just watched that for the first time.
There you go.
What up, Spike? That's my dude, bro. What up, Spike? That's my guy.
It was, I'm gonna butcher the name. It was like Samurai Champloo or whatever. But it's
someone told me
like,
to check that one out.
It's also like the other one that creator did. It was like kind of like a similar thing.
That's cool.
But yeah, I mean, even just going back, man, of like, Guillermo del Toro, like a lot of like his stuff he does. Like Shape of Water, that was one, or like Pan's Labyrinth.
Yes.
You remember like
that?
Yeah.
Like that one, the Pan's Labyrinth is kind of actually spooky when you really put down.
Really spooky.
Yeah. Especially as a child watching it, because I'm a little younger than you. I'm 23, so when I seen it, okay. I
really feel like Unc now.
I know, like have you seen the clip of Kevin Hart when he's sitting with I don't even know his name, but he's sitting with someone and he's like, I'm 60. He goes, damn.
It might be like Kai Cenat.
No, it was
it was some older dude.
It's the dude from the Iron. Do you watch Marvel?
Yeah,
you're a Marvel guy over DC.
I mean, I'm probably
other than Batman.
I'm probably Daredevil. A lot. Matt Murdock.
Yeah, so why Matt Murdock? Because that's another question. Is he your favorite?
I'd probably say
Daredevil's fired.
Yeah,
I like the TV show rendition of him.
He's got that new one coming out like next year too.
What, they're doing like another season?
Yeah, they're doing they totally remade it, and like it's like Daredevil Born Again or something. Same actor, same cast. Like,
yeah, that's fire.
So,
that's fire, because Daredevil's just a fucking blind dude. Like he doesn't have any extra power, does he?
Oh no, I mean more of just like hearing and like
But he could do anything like another blind dude can do.
Right.
Pretty much. Like he just learned how to hear your heartbeat, and once you do that, it's fucked.
You know what I heard, which I only found out like recently too, is that the same ooze or whatever that like made him like get like his superpowers is the same ooze that like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles got.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Yo.
Like it leaked through the sewer.
That's
went
fire.
to them. So
these Ninja Turtles, I don't know if you pay attention to like comics or manga, but they are getting around. I've seen Ninja Turtles with the Power Rangers, with Batman. I just seen one that with Naruto that's coming out.
Oh shit!
Like they're getting around. They're breaking this multiverse.
Naruto.
Yeah, they're about to do a cross.
That's a crazy mix.
The another piece I wanted to highlight, Tony's gonna throw it up, is Formation. I really thought that one was dope as fuck too.
Yeah.
And same thing, if you could just give me a little bit more of a rundown on it, because it just really also caught my eye.
Sure, I know that's like one of like my older ones too, but I do appreciate you mentioning it.
I just the contrast on it was so, I don't know.
Yeah,
it just really caught me.
You're right. It is like it is kind of out there. A lot of them too. It's like I like how I don't like go into it thinking like one particular thing, like even just like with a lot of like other like work and like music and like anything like that, it's like just not really like thinking too much about it, like overthinking it. You really just like the way my studio is set up, you can just kind of like grab like whatever colors you want, like whatever like tools you want, like palette knives, spray bottles, like spray cans. Like that's really like how most of them are able to like get formed. And I think that's kind of where like, I'm not sure which artist like mentioned it, but it's like where you don't even like name the piece until after it's done. Because it's almost like you just can't think of like a way to articulate like what it is, if that makes sense.
No,
like,
I hear you 100%.
Is that like a type of piece that you might just change entirely halfway through like completing it?
Yeah, exactly, man. Like I mean, I don't know if you guys saw like a couple years back at like, it was either like at the Met or some other like maybe Art Basel or something over in Miami, where somebody just taped like a banana to the wall, and that sold for like 20 million. Or like,
I see stuff like that all the time.
Yeah, and so it's like a fine line between like appreciating that and thinking like that's art, and then people being more of like, you know, I don't know
I
how
don't quite
how that's art.
understand that.
Yeah, but I think it's cool to like not like, even with a lot of stuff of like, it's not going to be for everyone, you know, just like
And
for
that's what's cool about
Yeah.
art, you know, and
it's
I think
subjective, right?
right,
Yeah,
all art
exactly.
styles, you know.
Yeah.
Do you ever find it a? Hold on.
You should have thought about that.
no,
before
I've
you
been thinking about it
spoke.
for so long. Do you ever find it hard to like call it quits on a piece, like knowing when you're done? Like,
Definitely.
How do you know when it's like finished?
Definitely. That's kind of one of those things of like, you know, like when you're driving sometimes and like you're on like without looking at like Google Maps or whatever, and like you just kind of know if somebody
Right.
like a homie like told you, or like a friend just tells you like where you're supposed to be, like you just kind of know like you're there, or like almost like if like you moved into a new house, or like, you know, a place you bought and you're just kind of like, I'm home. You just kind of have like that inner like
The tuition.
feeling. Yeah, exactly, man. The intuition that just like
Right.
tells you that. Like,
Do you ever touch it
along with
after
that.
you've named it?
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even after the name's on there, you'll still mess with it a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
What's the process? How do you get weird? What's
Mm-hmm.
what's the what's the playlist? How are we getting these
Mm-hmm.
fire pieces you're creating? Because it's abstract too, which is kind of like the eye. The
Right.
beauty's in the eye, you know.
For sure. I think it really is like, because like I credit like, honestly, like all that time we had, like I mentioned before, like in COVID, where everybody was kind of figuring themselves out. A lot of it was just like when I did have like nothing going on and like nothing to do, it kind of made like a meditative kind of thing. And so I feel like when I go into it now, it's like, there's times where I don't really even need like music going all the time. You can just be out there and like almost like a therapy session, like with the piece, you know what I mean? If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like with the paint, with either like you bring in like stuff going on in the day or stuff going on through your week. Like, you know, have you guys kind of had that too with like when you've like done interviews too, of like it makes it like better on like the week you've had, or like
Oh yeah, for
you know,
sure.
like
Yeah.
or like things that are going on in your life, like it brings it into the interview. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
Shit, when this goes smooth, oh, dude, I'm clicking heels. You know what I mean?
there you go.
I'll tell you, there's nothing more frustrating than when an issue with this specifically occurs, and that's what I have to say about it.
No,
I got eye real quick. My bad.
no, you're good. You're good. I mean, yeah, that really is the thing of like, I like it where it's more of not it's not too methodical,
Right.
with how
there's
it
not a
goes.
set process.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, man. Like,
Just kind of go with the flow.
yeah, because I feel like if you make it into a thing where it's like, it's not that, it then becomes work.
Do you
Right.
chunk
I
out
don't
time
want
to
it
do
be-
it, or is it like
There'll
I
be-
want to paint right now?
Yeah, honestly, yeah, I'll come back from either like a night out with friends or my girl, or, you know,
Yeah.
whatever, and then just be like, you know, it's time. Or sometimes you can go like a couple weeks or a month
Yeah.
without even touching like a canvas. So
Do you have like paintings in your inventory that like you can look at this section and be like, yeah, I was definitely more like angry when I made these. Versus,
Oh, yeah.
versus, like these are the happy ones.
yeah.
What like
That's a good question too, man. Like,
what are like the differences that you notice like in the angry or happy?
I used to use like a lot of red and like black and everything.
Yeah.
You know, and
I was noticing that there are
yeah.
those pieces that are black on the white. I feel like you could almost put them together as like a collection.
Yeah,
It's dope.
that's a great point too. Like I almost thought about that with like part of the website, like or, you know, I still could tweak it now, but yeah, just having like stuff like that of like different moods or like shifts and like consciousness and stuff like that, you know, like I like though now of like not really trying to bring like a lot of different stuff into it. Like sometimes I will, sometimes I won't.
Right,
you know.
right.
It's
So
like,
are those like
yeah.
red, black, and like white ones like the more like aggressive ones compared to like
I'd say so.
happier colors?
Yeah, I'd say so, man.
There you go.
Some of them too. It's like I go to. I don't know if you noticed. Like some have like those weird kind of frames on them and like
Yeah.
like colors and everything.
Yeah.
You can just go to like. I used to have to go to like to actual art stores, and now it's just like I'll go to like estate sales or Goodwills.
I seen that
gesso over
you
it.
like older canvases or like used canvases and whatnot. Do you ever like finish people's paintings? Like if you get a used one, like kind of start that as the base, or do you just paint it over and start from scratch?
Sometimes I will, yeah. Like sometimes there's like some like faces or like flowers or something, you know, in there, and then like you can kind of like, because the thing is too, I never want it to be where it's like I'm using like someone else's work,
right?
You know, like a copyright issue. Exactly.
It to be original. For
sure. You really want it to be like, you know, kind of your own, and like especially like the further on I get, where I start doing like prints or stuff like that, or like I'm spacing on the name, like lithographs, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't even know what that is.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah.
Sure.
You're more educated.
I'm probably gonna butcher it.
I know
too,
what it is, but for the viewers,
lithographs are almost like I'm not gonna Google and pull out the thing, but like
oh god, it's not like we have someone there with Google.
Nah.
Just like your best description, I guess.
Sure. It's
what do
almost,
you think it is?
Honestly, I think it's more of like you take like a picture of like the image, you know, whereas opposed to like a print is like putting it on like different styles of like either like paper, plastic, canvas. I think lithograph is really just like a shot, like a still of the image, like kind of like that.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I feel like that's a lot of what you see then, huh? In like museums or like, or maybe not museums, but like galleries and whatnot and stuff.
For sure, they used them a lot in like I believe like the 20th century, 19th century, where they weren't able to put stuff on, you know, different kind of materials. So like, you know, like back in like the Civil War, they'd have like those tin things where like you'd have like a picture of like your girl or like whatever, like so like they'd literally like put stuff on copper or tin, exactly, or like a watch, or like, tin exactly. Like
what if you don't mind, is there a certain picture, or not picture, but painting you've made or a piece that you've made that the emotion was just so strong that like is very connected to you?
I really like I think it's on my website or my Instagram. I really like Warhorse because it reminded me of like Greek mythology, because I'm Greek Irish.
Okay.
So it really kind of like brought like a lot of that out. And plus what was cool about that one is it's giant. It's probably like the size of this wall behind us. And it's hanging in like my dining like / living room. But that was like totally random. Like I didn't go into that like thinking anything at the time. So
it's just like after you were done, you looked at it and
I was just like,
that's what you made out of
fuck,
it.
I'm good. That's what he just looked back. He's like, fuck.
No,
I'm decent at this.
I mean, well, I mean, honestly, man, it's like it's one of those things where like I feel like I'm the best at this certain thing. You know what I mean? Where it's like everybody, I feel like
you found your niche.
Everybody in this life, even like with you guys, I feel like you guys are like the best at this form of podcasting. You know, like there's not a lot of other people in Washington really doing like this style.
We did have some competitors for a minute there, but they all kind of paused off. And it's always friendly love, you know?
Exactly.
I tell anybody and everybody, because like I feel like birds of a feather flock together. So if it's like if there's somebody that wants to do something I'm doing, or like I would love to help them and get them in that. And
that's great, man. That's
what I'm wondering, thank you, brother.
Yeah.
But is your friend group pretty artistic and creative, or are you kind of like the main one where everyone else is like a Sally Susan or a Jimbo?
You know? I'm probably I'm always trying to meet like other artists, to be honest. It's kind of like a rare, at least for so far, like I'd love to meet, like, hey, reach out to me on Instagram or
description
or something, the website. But a lot of artists I meet are like further along like in life, or a lot of them are like retired, or you know. But as for my friend group, a lot of them are like either DJs or musicians, like we talked about, or you know, some are teachers, some are like doctors, or you know. But no, it's
all
like
creative in their own right.
Yeah, exactly. All creative. You know, some are like flight attendants, bartenders.
You got a flight attendant friend?
That's my
cool.
girl, actually.
Oh hell yeah! Flight attendants are cool.
Yeah.
It sounds like a sick job.
Yeah.
Go stay where you want for 3 days, then come back.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I feel like it's also, that would be maybe the one thing I'd like to find in the future, of like more of just like interacting like with other creatives and like that kind of space, because it's like it does get, it is one of those like isolating kind of professions where with like with music and with other creative like aspects like graphic design, or even like like you're designing houses and stuff, you're in offices, you're around other people.
Right.
This is one of those things where it's like if you're not doing shows, galleries, signings and stuff, like you're really kind of
closed off.
Yeah, your schedule is like your own.
I've never seen like a happy artist, like a painter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like even Bob Ross didn't look
fair.
super thrilled.
No.
Do you believe that he killed all those people?
What?
Bob Ross, the theory,
Ross,
all the paintings he does is different locations he's hid bodies.
Have you seen
damn.
the thing where they like put all his paintings in a row, like on a slideshow, and it's like a movie, damn near, like it goes. It's like a scene, like they're all connected.
Damn, man.
Yeah, because it's one big
I don't
spot.
know if
It's
I
his
don't know if
dumping
it's
ground.
true.
Damn.
It's his dumping ground. Was
Theories. We're all about theories.
We'll be right back.
No, I was actually, to get back to the like the canvas thing and like the frame thing. Like, is that something you always did? Is it like seek out like more antique style or like damaged?
I used to be basic with it, honestly, man. Like
Really?
I would just like go to Michael's and like get the on sale like kind of thing, and then like from there I was just like, this is cool, but like you're having to take the time to frame it, to get the hanger for it. So this was like one of those things where I'm like, I can think of something like for sure better, or like something that people aren't doing. Like I've told other artists too of like, if you really, and found out that there are other artists already doing that too. So it's like, it's cool to use like, cause like, I don't know about you guys, like growing up for me, like I wasn't huge on social media. Like I really only got like Snapchat and Instagram 3 or 4 years ago. So like in my mid 20s, like I was not really like connected like that, or I didn't want to be, like, because it was like really overwhelming like for me. So
I feel like I definitely got more into that stuff like in high school, but I feel like kids nowadays, like
it's
as soon
everywhere.
as they're hitting school, they know all of it. It's crazy.
Yeah, man.
they know all the trends.
Exactly, yeah. And I have that too, where it's like people are like, like get on TikTok or get on Facebook Marketplace, or but
it is a good tool, I will say that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like there's no such thing as like a bad gun, just bad gun owners, you know. So
exactly.
it's the same thing with social media. If you kind of get too deep into it or read the negative or kind of but if strictly it could be good for you, like, and especially with your industry, like art, like showing it, getting like, because what I would think is it would be dope. Like, what would have been cool is if while we were doing this interview, you were painting. That would have been a cool thing.
That would be cool.
Next one, we're setting up like that.
There you go. Hey, I'll have you guys at my spot.
That's what I'm saying. That would be dope.
Like,
but like, I think that's a really underrated aspect of art, is like a lot of people like to, especially in our day and age, to see how it's done, to know how to do it, and not necessarily just to like copy it or whatever, but to see what it takes to do it.
Right.
On average, is there like a set amount of time like a piece will take you to create, or like is it kind of just depends on what you're doing?
Yeah,
you kind of set for yourself, like
yeah, man, honestly, some are like really quick, like you can get it done in a day. Other ones, it's like you'll leave the piece and come back there like
let it
days
dry.
on, a week on. Like some you actually like you hate, like for me, like right away I'm just like, I'm never gonna use this, like I'm gonna paint over the whole thing, and then all of a sudden you're like, hey, I see something here, I see something
add
there,
a little something here, add a little something there.
Like, exactly, man. Or even it's like, even just like I'm sure for you guys too, like you get other like tips from watching other podcasts sometimes, right? So it's like it's the same for me, of like I get influenced by like the thousands, millions of other artists on Instagram, and I see like one little thing I like, and then can kind of do my own version of that, and it like really helps me. So
we were talking a little bit off camera about like how your style almost like it represents
not represents,
Basquiat. What's the word I'm looking for? Not represents.
It not represents, but like
maybe like reflects a little bit, like
kind of inspired by.
Sure.
So is that like one of your biggest inspirations, or like is that like is that like its own like genre of art?
I would say so, man.
Okay,
yeah, it's almost
because I feel like I see a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Just like out and about. That's like it reminds me of like that style.
There's definitely like a ton of artists that like will riff off of him, or like
Branched
like
off,
or like even the one you were showing me over there. It's almost like a little Andy Warhol, just with like the way that's all like stylized and everything. You know, like, and plus too, he was more of like, he started off really original Warhol and then ended up being like all prints and all like basically everything was like screen printed by the end of like his, or like photography, where Basquiat really was like out there in New York on the streets, like getting random pieces of, you know, cardboard or wood or whatever and going over stuff, and then unfortunately like died super young, right? Like in his like late 20s.
Damn.
Right when everything was like, and it always, like you were saying, Ethan, it always one of those things of like, I like to not be one of those artists that blows up after I'm gone, you know, like, but that's one of those things you really have to like maintain your life and your lifestyle.
Do you see any similarities in the lifestyle for those people who kind of end out? Because I mean, amongst artists, it's not like like a rarity for people to die young. So what would you say is like a pretty common downfall for the artist lifestyle?
I think if you're just like around the wrong people, 9 out of 10 times, you know, like,
and like you said, it can be isolating already with this type of work.
Yeah, I don't remember who said it too, but maybe you've heard it before, of like, you're kind of the culmination of the 5 people you hang around the most, you know, and that's like with you know, what they're doing, like what you're like, even like, because even like I kind of try to do a practice of like family and like friends and stuff will kind of get pissed at me sometimes. I intentionally, like in the morning, will just put do not disturb on my phone for like the first 30 minutes.
Yeah, I'm
up, because they say that like that's like the most influenced time, like we are of like right when we're like rising.
I've definitely heard
like,
that.
yeah, I was gonna say, man, like, and that's like super big for me. Same with like when you're about to go to bed, it's like
those 2 crucial points.
Exactly, those 2 points of like the thing of like,
that's why I do a lot of my thinking is at night, like during on the way to bed. Like that's when I'm doing all the envisioning and the work upstairs, you know. Do a lot of your pieces kind of start in your head, or do they kind of form as you go?
I'd say in my head, or like if I saw something, it might like show up to me at like a certain point. A lot of I have like a lot of old like books on like maps and like different cultures, or like there's even like a old like I grew up with, like, I don't know about you guys, like those I Spy books. Back in the day, you know, like, or in like daycare, like kindergarten. Yeah. And that really kind of showed me like all different kind of colors, and like
I was reading those in like the 8th grade.
There you go. There you go. It's pretty cool. Never a bad time to pick them up too. Like in the middle of like hey, for me it would have been math class.
Right.
Like, picking them up for that. Like,
little tangent on math class. I had a teacher who gave out kumquats. Do you know what that is?
Oh,
you know what a kumquat is?
Yeah.
Super shitty. I don't like them. But I found out because I got a question right. Do you know how crappy that is? You think you get a question right, you think you're about to get the tastiest treat because everyone hypes it up, and then it's not.
I feel like it sounds like it's like a type of squash.
It's a type of orange, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like this big. They're teeny. Damn. And they're super like sour and tart. Not a good way to go,
bro. That's almost like those people that would like give out like apples and pencils during Halloween,
right?
You know?
Dude, like, I hate those people.
Door to door, and like you get something like that. Like,
did you give out candy on Halloween?
I did, man. Yeah, back in the day.
But, no, this last one.
Oh, this last one.
Yeah,
no,
what were you doing?
I was not home. I was out for Halloween.
You was out. You was partying.
I was out. Like,
what's your drink of choice? Do you drink?
I do like a mule.
What is that?
Yeah, it's like a. I mean, I'll usually use like.
It's a good time, or
I'm a little basic with drinks sometimes, because like I don't like to make them back when I was like bartending and stuff. But like I'll just get like Tito's, like lime juice, ginger beer.
There you go.
Throw it in them, you know, those copper mugs, you know, with like a lime in there.
There you go.
Okay.
Do you not like going out to bars since you were a bartender? Because you're like, fuck, this guy is not making my drink right, or like.
I honestly grew up as like an introvert, but then as I got older and like realize that like we only get to do this thing one time. So it's like you can really like pace out where you're going, what you're doing. It's like nowadays it's like I might just like pick up and go to Vegas for like a day or two, That's awesome. Friends, like I just saw Diplo and Hugel.
Damn,
the night before Halloween. Yeah.
That's fire. And then you came back here? Or
came back here at the same night.
Damn.
Yeah. So like flew out there, red eye, back to Seattle. Like I was gone the next day. Like,
talk about living in the moment.
It was cool, man. Yeah.
How long did you have that plan set up? Or was it like not working?
Actually, I had someone who was like, she was just like,
let's go.
You want to go? Like, and I was like,
he was like, fuck.
Shit, why not?
I was like, why not?
He said, swear to God.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you guys? Like, what's your before, like, because you were asking me like what's like your guys' like drink of choice? You guys like normally go on the town a lot, or like is there like a nightlife in like Puyallup? Or?
I'm a big tequila pineapple guy.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I used to be tequila Sprite, but then trying to drink less soda. But I'm pretty sure pineapple juice has hella sugar in it too.
Yeah, probably.
But
it wakes you up a little bit though when you get that tang in there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a good mix too.
Kind of hurts the sides of my mouth.
For sure.
I'll tell you that.
Do you do that as like the pineapple's like a back, or like do you mix it in a drink?
Just like a mixed drink.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or like if I take a shot, I'll just take a tequila shot with a pineapple bag.
Oh,
yeah, I've been getting super into tequila, but tequila and me, we it's a love-hate relationship we've formed. 4 or 5 shots, I'm sweating. It's hot. It's no good. But 2 to 3, we're in that nice zone. I'm not a big drinker. I'm a big pothead. I love weed.
There you go.
I love to smoke. You smoke?
I've actually been. I used to smoke a lot when I was younger. I've been like sober for about a year now.
Okay.
Year and a half now. But But honestly, I mean, even that back then, like, it got me through a lot of like restaurant shifts. Sure. Yeah, like either like cooking or like back behind like the line or like dishwashing, or you kind of need something like that.
What restaurant did you work at?
Oh man,
multiples.
Yeah, but I was at McMiniman's for a little bit.
Fire.
The Anderson School one in Bothell.
Mm-hmm. Not there. In Bothell. I don't know that one. I do I've gone to the one in Tacoma out here.
Okay. Oh yeah, Elks Temple.
Yeah, but in Portland. That's where I first went to it. I thought it was like a Portland exclusive.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's here.
No, yeah, they have like all. It's crazy. I have like it's funny you mentioned Portland because I have like a Edgefield distillery like sweatshirt.
Is that the one? Edgefield.
I think it's maybe out in Oregon too. I'm not positive, but
do you know where I think it's Oregon University or Portland University? I stayed right across. There's like a brick building, and there was a McMiniman's right in it as well, like in the apartment building. And that was the first time we'd ever tried it. Their pretzels and the beer cheese. That's what I go for every time.
Your apartment building?
Yeah, remember in Portland? Okay. It was at the bottom and on the left. I love McMinimums. That shit's fire.
Sounds fun to say. I'm not gonna lie.
Say it 3 times real fast.
Yeah,
it's cool. So McMinimans, man, that's good tips. That's a fancy place.
Yeah, man. It'd be cool if they. I mean, again, not dissing them, but it'd be cool if they treated their staff a little better.
Oh yeah, fuck.
But I mean, that's like.
No, I'm just kidding. I love the beer cheese.
That's like it's like most of like chains.
Industry.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's one of those places you want it to be a place of like what not to do. Like later in life, you know what I mean? Like,
was serving your favorite job? What was your favorite like that you've done?
I think
over the
it was
years?
probably serving or catering, because at least catering, like you'd be able to like interact with people, and maybe like for some of the stuff they'd be like, hey, bring a steak home, hey, like bring, we got all this food left over, like
have some.
It's like, yeah, exactly, like
that's nice.
Yeah, even like for like fogo de chao, like those kind of meats, they'll just give you like a big slab of meat and just be like, just like take that home, like
absolutely.
Like, are you a pretty good cook then?
I'm so. I'm trying to get better.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the show The Bear?
Yeah.
Shit makes me scared to like work in the food industry.
Yeah.
It seems intense.
At a top tier level, it's
super
intense.
Yeah. It's super intense.
Why do you think they all smoke cigarettes?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Yeah. They're out there.
I hear like a lot of like fucking
like,
cooks and dishwashers like do cocaine too.
Yeah, man. Do you guys know, actually speaking of like, do you guys know like Action Bronson?
Oh yeah.
At all?
I
like
do.
I've
heard the name.
I met him once.
Yeah.
No, I'm just lying.
He's a liar, dude.
That was a lie.
He has that show like Fuck That's Delicious.
Yeah.
Like,
yes, he does.
That's great. I grew up watching that.
I love him, man. Yeah. Like even to this day, he's still. He does. I don't see him too much on social media these days, but I'm sure he does.
Was he like WWE? It just sounds like that.
Action Bronson. He's a
It
rapper.
does seem like it. It's almost almost like a West Side Gun kind of name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or like something like that. Like
You might remember him, Tony. He was on the Hot Ones interview. He brought a dab pen back when like no one was really doing dab pens yet.
I only really watched like the Hot One interview with people that I recognize.
Well,
Yeah, so that's my fault. Shouldn't have did that.
You should check him up. You should.
even too like we got a little. I meant to mention too. As far as like restaurants, if you guys are over in Chicago, my cousins own. It's called like the Exchequer.
Exchequer.
Yeah, it's like right.
They check your eggs.
There you go. Al Capone would go there a lot, like back during
really?
like Prohibition.
Oh, shit.
So like they still have like rooms he was in. Like
That's
pretty
fire.
sick.
So, yeah. if
Al
y'all ever there,
Capone.
like-
definitely
I had a
check that
book
out.
called Al Capone's Dry Cleaner.
oh shit.
Yeah.
You didn't read it.
No, I never did, but
You're
I,
like, I
I
never
got
did.
it though. I had it for a long time.
I bet you it
And
was a good ass book too.
it probably will. It was his dry cleaner, dude.
Yeah, probably knew
The
some
dude who
shit.
washed his drawers in Al. I was just about to say Azkaban prison. It's Alcatraz.
Azkaban prison.
Yeah, serious
crazy.
black.
I can't believe you done
I
this.
can't believe you've done this. Go! Do you like? I'm guessing you like Harry. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Did you
Yeah.
read the books? You're
I
of the
did
age.
not read the books,
Okay.
but I remember. Yeah, that was huge back then. Like, even,
Really?
it's cool. Yeah, I mean, like, I remember too. Like, I had like a weird, like, you know, like you have like a premonition sometimes. Like, it's funny. Like, I told my brother, who lives up in Bellingham. I told him though that like I had like a dream of like how the last one would like end before we went and saw it, and then like it's crazy. We were in the theater and like.
You were like,
it ended exactly.
I called
how-
that shit.
Yeah, I didn't.
Told you
I
he was
didn't
gonna
read the
fake
book,
his
like-
death and all of that.
And you told them
It's
before you
crazy.
guys went in.
I mean, like I had like this small thing of like when the dome went up over Hogwarts and stuff. Like,
Okay.
I cried
then,
during
like,
that.
yeah.
There's a scene.
Cedric Diggory, right? I mean, like,
Fucking my man Edward, man.
Fucking what's his name?
man,
Speech.
He sparkles in the sun.
yeah.
Yeah, and he's
he's got
Batman
the- he's
now,
got the
dog.
shiny
We're
skin.
fucking going up
Yeah.
there. You know this. I've had this thought, right? You know how they brought Edward into Batman? Imagine they brought Batman into Edwards.
That'd be
You know,
crazy.
he gets it.
That'd be
They
crazy.
brought Twilight to Batman, but what if they brought Batman to Twilight? I'm telling you, 4 days,
Oh yeah.
4 days of prep time.
Oh yeah.
No more vampires on the planet, dog.
Oh, bro. Even style.
Bruce Wayne, I have it figured out.
Yeah.
You think fight to the death?
Fighting to the death.
Batman? or
Maybe
Iron
not.
Man?
Oh, depend. Oh,
I think.
no,
think
this
Iron
is
Man- Iron
easy.
Man's got
This
that,
is
dude.
easy. Yeah, Iron Man.
Hey, Iron
Easy.
Man's fucking got that.
It is easy
He's
because
got
they're
a
on
fucking
par with
power,
knowledge.
Oh yeah.
They're on par with knowledge, but Tony has better tech. Is gonna win.
Even like stylistically. I mean, I don't know if you saw the Penguin at all.
Oh yeah,
The
yeah.
new
yeah.
one like just came
That
out.
shit's
I watched
so
the first
dope.
episode or two.
The way like they just made his makeup and everything. That was like.
Did they show
it was
Batman
crazy.
in the Penguin?
No, I think
Okay.
at the end they have like the light that
Okay,
goes up.
okay.
You know.
Yeah, because I
But-
haven't seen it yet. Not all of it.
Yeah,
I'm
for sure.
on like I got past like the episode with the chick,
Right.
and then that next one,
Right.
and then I gotta keep going. But man,
Yeah.
watching what's his name, his little henchman, that with the stutter. I can't remember his
Yeah,
name
yeah.
in the show.
Oh,
remember
the
Penguin.
kid that was
Yeah.
like breaking into his car
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Bro, he's got a fire savage arc. He turns. Yeah, There's
I
a
won't
point.
spoil it. I won't
No.
spoil it because
He better not die. That's
I
all
won't.
I gotta say.
But he gets
better
fucking
not
murked.
fucking- Oh, I don't like it. I don't like it. They can't peel back my boy like that. That's fucked, bro.
I'm telling you, man.
He just wanted a better life.
There we go.
And Oz was gonna help him.
But I think Iron Man's upper hand on Batman is Batman's been around, like the comic book and the story has been around since before like technology was really all that. So all his shit's like pretty like fucking analog.
Yeah,
if
it's
that
pretty
makes
mid.
sense.
Like he's got a grappling hook. Iron Man can fly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
He's got fucking rockets on his feet.
But I will
There you
say,
go.
Batman is the type of person, even in comic book and film, to have an escape clause for every single hero he knows.
yeah.
Any hero that he works with, he has a way to kill you before you even like do anything with him.
And low-key to cut Batman some slack, even if he did win the fight, he wouldn't kill.
I will say
wouldn't
this:
kill Iron Man,
he
'cause
would
doesn't-
beat Superman,
Huh?
and Superman will beat a lot of people in the MCU. Because he's that's why I never liked
yeah.
Superman, because by paper that fool should never lose a fight. So you know what I mean?
Super
Like
strength, can fly.
can fly,
things
bulletproof.
with
His
his
skin
fucking
doesn't
eyes.
like Every single time, guess what they did? They got that rock that makes him.
They did.
Every single time.
On Kryptonite.
Yeah.
There it is. But no, it's kind of like it's like fucking Zelda. He fights Ganon every time. You didn't figure it out after the 14
Exactly.
other times you fought him. But no, do you have a favorite film? I love movies, man. It's a big thing in me.
Honestly, yeah, I was gonna say too, man. Like, I had it in my bio for my site a little bit. I don't know if it's still on there, but like just how influenced a lot of my stuff was like from like movies and film and like TV and
Hell yeah.
I think I don't think I could say like specifically like a movie, but like I know like director wise, like Christopher Nolan has always been like
That's Avatar,
super. That's like the guy who did the Batmans. He did like Shutter Island, or no, that's Scorsese.
Shutter Island's a fucking film, dude.
What
If
a
you haven't, go
film.
watch that plot twist.
Go watch that.
And
watch-
fucking
yeah.
brace
Do you
yourself
think-
because you'll never be able to see it first for a second
Do you
time.
think he was pulling the leg at the end? Don't you think? I think he did it to die. I think he did it to die.
I think he did do it to die.
I think he knew he was like okay, but he went along. He was like, all right, Chuck, how are we gonna get out of this bitch?
Honestly, I would say more of like just because like we're from like Washington too. I don't know if you guys know like David Lynch a lot. Like he's done like Twin Peaks. He's done like Blue Velvet. He's done.
I wish I knew.
He's
those
done like
movies.
Eraserhead.
Eraserhead, I know.
Stuff
Yes,
like that.
yes.
He's been like a huge influence for me. So like
It's kind of like
anything,
indie
like,
films, right?
super indie,
Kind of low
like-
budget, get it done.
exactly.
Get in there.
And he actually was a painter too
Really?
before he became like a director, and he kind of really just like also like Inland Empire was another one. But back to what we were saying.
I'm glad you remembered.
Yeah, it's like I know there's more
Where
I'm
it
missing
started.
too.
I'm glad you did.
Yeah, but no, like he actually like if you look at some of his old videos, he tried to do like moving paintings. So like he would like clip stuff together to look like the paintings were like moving around and stuff.
That's
so
pretty cool.
yeah,
It's pretty
like,
inventive.
Yeah, I mean back in the 60s and 70s too, like he was doing this. So it's like
Pretty
it's amazing.
original at the time.
Oh yeah, I mean I hope he like stays around to make more movies now because he's having like emphysema and stuff from like smoking like a pack a day. But
Who's that one director that everybody loves that made like Kill Bill?
oh, Tarantino.
Tarantino.
yeah.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about him and his work.
All
He's
his
great too,
movies
man.
are supposedly like connected as well.
Yeah, I've definitely watched movies
Exactly.
just because.
Do you
they were
understand
his
the
movies.
connection?
I just know that like he'll include like names and like
Yeah.
characters and stuff. But anytime like a director is able to do that, like I know you guys have seen like the Dune movies, right? Or, like the Dune Messiah, I think that just came out or something, or no, it's like
The show
the
or
third
whatever?
one, yeah, Dune Prophecy or whatever. But
Have you watched the show? I haven't seen it yet.
no, not yet. But like even I'm gonna butcher his name. It's like Denis Villeneuve. I have no idea. It's
Your
like
guess?
Villen.
That's the guy that does the Dune.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Yeah. All his stuff is great. Like, the new Blade Runner that came out a couple years ago, 2049, like,
I haven't seen it, but I've heard it's really good.
yeah, like, I don't know, anything like sci-fi, like always like the colors in that, or like
Yeah.
even like
Right.
always just stuck out. Like, yeah.
Do you watch One Piece?
My brother watches One Piece. Yeah, he
You
was
haven't
always
hopped
more,
on yet?
No, like he was always more like anime, like centric and centered, like way more than me. But like always, yeah, we would like swap either. Like I'd give him like a real, a live action. He'd give me an anime. Like
Yeah.
we'd
Oh, that's
trade
cool.
off. So yeah.
What cartoon or show do you remember the most as in your childhood, like, growing up?
Honestly, Courage the Cowardly Dog. Like,
Really?
To be honest with
That
you.
That
was Scar
shit scared
Kid.
the fuck out of
Yeah,
me.
that
That,
was- it
shit
was
scarred me as a
terrifying.
kid,
Like,
dude.
That'll
Yeah.
burn some memories
Yeah.
for sure.
I never understood it. I was like,
It was-
why do
it was
kids
terrifying.
enjoy this?
Yeah.
It's like an old scary dude in a desert in his house.
Yeah,
With a
exactly.
dog that's cowardly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked Grimm's Adventure. What was Billy and Mandy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was a classic too, man.
Cat
Like,
Dog. I really liked.
Cat Dog. I have the Funko Pop of that.
Do you?
Actually, yeah.
I didn't know they
at
made
home.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, a lot of the old cartoons are kind of making their way back, and I'm kind of super excited because I have a 1.5-year-old daughter, so I'm watching a lot of the cartoons now, and I'm hyped. We don't watch too much of the new shit, but the new shit that we do watch, it's like story driven and not like teaching driven. Because I personally, I don't like the teaching driven cartoons where it's like, yo, how many things are here? Oh wait, I don't like that. I want to see like, okay, the plot. I want to see the characters unfold. You know, like I want some Miles Morales level shit all the time.
We watched some OG episodes of SpongeBob this morning. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, that's what it should. You know what I never understood is that grown men make shows for children.
Or just like how all the houses in SpongeBob were
but it's
like
got to be
basically trash from other people, right? Like literally, like the Krusty Krab is like an old
box or
like
something.
crabbing pot. Like.
It's deeper than kids will ever even know.
Well, do you know why the Krabby Patties are so amazing? Because they're made out of crab.
He's a cannibal. That's why he's the only crab.
That's what. No, I think we see other crabs when he goes back to the Navy. Do you remember that episode? There's an episode where he like gets out of his shell and he's like a blobby little pink little sack of thing. Yeah, no, SpongeBob was dope.
I go on and on about SpongeBob.
Yeah, you could. So, go ahead.
I
hate you.
Suck a cock, buddy.
Fuck. Go ahead.
No,
Cut it out.
Back to the art a little bit.
Yeah. You're good. You're good.
I'm
glad we touched on like the.
Real quick. Do you drink milk with dinner?
I do not drink milk with dinner. I'm dairy free. I try to be because like
dairy free since
I
'93.
used to be almost like
you were almost vegan,
like 250 like at one
point.
Oh,
okay.
Like, wait, almost vegan. No, just like way like
that's where I'm bad at right now.
You cut out bread, cut out dairy, like
them carbs, man.
You just feel better.
Cut the carbs,
like mentally, physically.
The carbs just taste good, you know. Yeah. So it's a tough story.
Yeah, man, they do taste good.
But no, I forgot what I asked you. It was something good.
No, I was gonna.
Ask yeah, go ahead. Sorry, milk with dinner. That's what I asked you.
Oh yeah. Okay, so in your like genre of art, is it like common for people to like do collabs? Like, would you do a collab with another artist of a similar style?
Absolutely, yeah. There's a heavy influence on like there's a guy called like Sherman Khan on back in like Chicago. Who like actually like he was like super supportive when I started out. He's over in.
Okay, so are you going to Chicago pretty often?
I want to go more just because of like the museums they have out there.
Yeah, like, I hear it's real like artsy. What do you think about the bean?
The what?
The bean.
It's definitely a choice.
The bean.
It's definitely a choice.
So confused.
It's like this giant like silver mirror looking thing. It's like round and like it's like a bean. Yeah, exactly. It looks
big
like a
Chicago bean. You don't know what that is?
No, I thought you were talking about the city's fucking.
Hey, talk about speaking of like art stuff. Though, like they're moving like the troll downtown to like somewhere else. Like they moved
the one by the Nordic.
Troll.
Oh no, yeah, I did know that.
They're moving that. Like
they have a. I didn't.
Wild. Like
they already moved it, right?
I think they did.
How did they move something like that?
I don't even know. Like
that's crazy.
I think it was made of concrete, wasn't it?
Yeah, like
they just fucking took some jackhammers
around it or something. Like
no way they actually took it.
How much trouble do you think bro was causing over there where they had to remove it?
A lot.
Probably smelled like shit. That's pretty good.
Probably had to make room.
They have a bunch of wood trolls around here too.
Oh wow.
There's like a shit ton. There's like a Dutch, or he might be Dutch. He might be something else with a D. Anyway, he created these trolls made out of trash and put them all over the place. And there's like 5 in Washington. I don't know. I just went and tried to find them all recently. And I only found 3.
That's cool, man.
I like little adventures like that.
Yeah, even like the gum wall, right? Like how many times have they scraped all that gum off?
Right. You see, they just did it for the first time in like 24 years.
Oh, really?
They pressure washed all of it off.
Like, wow.
Does it really come off that easy though?
I feel like it chisels that off.
Yeah, you'd have to.
Know, like,
well, have you ever chiseled?
I've done like woodworking.
Really?
Before. Yeah. So like like carving to.
You could be Jesus. You got 2 of the 3 things you need. You can paint.
Could be Jesus.
You know how to make a drink.
The Jesus paint.
You never know.
I'm sure he stood and posed for paintings.
I don't have the hair though, man.
I mean, it still looks like you have the ability to grow it. So
yeah, that's true.
It's time.
I'm not bald yet.
No, yeah. I'm getting there.
I'm not Lex Luthor. Nothing like that.
No, he's a pussy. We don't like Lex around here. Let's see here. Did you have you ever had or of course you have.
Spit
But
it
what
out.
was the last close call in your life, or like one that was like pretty good close call?
With death?
Yeah,
Or-
death
yeah.
or with like. I feel like close call stories are good. It could have been like shit yourself. I don't know. Could just you steer me and I'll follow.
I'd say I had like a car accident like when I was around 24, 25. Like it was almost like, it reminded me of like a Jurassic Park kind of thing where like the car is like over the edge of like a
Fuck.
ditch or, yeah. So I mean, like I can show you photos like later, but yeah, I mean that was, I don't know, that was definitely one of those things where
Were you like
just,
teeter totter and type shit?
basically, yeah.
What happened?
Like,
Did you see a pigeon?
No pigeon.
Sometimes it's like that. You just pigeon.
No, I mean it was basically like I took like a turn and like this other car like just went through the light, and so it was either like let the car hit me
Or veer.
or go in there, and I knew like the ditch wasn't gonna kill me, but you know, so it was like
And you were able to stop, but front tires were like hanging off.
yeah cars. Hey, I still drive the car to this day.
That's
Yeah.
fucking phenomenal.
It was a 08
That's
Mustang,
awesome.
man. Like,
I would have been like this in the seat, like, oh shit.
I basically was, yeah.
How do you slip out of that? Like very carefully?
I remember like somebody like gave me a hand who was like on the road, but like, hey, if you look at the picture, there's like a Wendy's Frosty that's like intact, just sitting there.
Pretty
Right
awesome.
after I got out, just put the Frosty down, put the, you know,
Hell yeah.
little apple pack, you know. They give
You hear that?
you.
He didn't even spill his beer.
Didn't even spill it.
He didn't even spill it while he
Didn't
was
even spill it.
driving.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope. Home life.
Mm-hmm.
You living by yourself? What's that like? You said your apartment's full of your art.
Mm-hmm.
Is it just you with that space?
It's me. I have like family that comes through sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward though to like move maybe out of state, hopefully soon, or even move just like more to like a spot maybe in like Edmonds or something would be cool. You know, just like by the water.
Edmonds is fire. It's very
Yeah,
beautiful.
it
I
is
used to play
beautiful.
baseball down there.
Oh,
It's
cool,
very
man.
beautiful.
Hell yeah.
If,
Out of state, where at?
I'd love to see like Colorado or like maybe
yeah.
Arizona or like Utah. Even like Joshua Tree over in California would be really cool.
Hell yeah.
I've only heard about people like camping in Joshua Tree. Is
Yeah.
it desert?
It is. Yeah, it is. They have like some of the oldest like trees like in the world too, like hence the name. But like like some are like 3,000 years old, and like sometimes they get like burned up from, like the fire and shit. But yeah,
I'd love to see those rings.
there you go.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I'd love
That's
to
cool,
count
man.
them.
You know about the rings and everything.
Oh yeah, I'd love
Yeah.
to count them.
Yeah, even like remember the redwood forest at one point. You could drive through those.
I only know.
trees
See,
and now, like-
I got head ape energy, so like I love Caesar, from the Planet of the Apes. Yeah, and he loves the redwoods, so it's pretty much my second home. You know, I've never
That's cool,
actually
man.
been there, but like I can feel it, the energy from
Yeah.
even this far.
Oh yeah,
I can smell it now.
there you go.
That's dope. So you grew up with both parents.
Yep.
You were from Portland originally, grew up here. You know, parents played a great influence. You love movies. Your favorite superhero is Daredevil, which says a lot about you. You know why? Because mine's Spider-Man, and they get together pretty often.
There you
And
go.
I,
They got
and
this
I can
team
dig
up.
that, yeah.
Like,
Did you ever fuck with Spider-Man?
I did.
Right, who doesn't?
Yeah, I mean, hey, I feel like we all grew up on those like Tobey Maguire movies.
I feel like
right?
everybody's
That's
got
my
to fuck with
Peter
Spider-Man at one
Yeah.
point.
Yeah,
I think like 2 Halloweens at
you
least
go.
in a row.
yeah, man. Shit.
I feel like every young boy has a double Halloween.
There
Yeah,
you
I
go.
mean, because you fit
I was
that.
regular Spider-Man one year and then black Spider-Man
There
the
you go.
next. Like, you have to get the black
There you
suit.
go.
I'm pretty sure I wore
Like-
the same suit twice, but why would you not? You know,
That's crazy. You can get no bigger in a year?
I'm sure it was probably just too big for me in the first place. Grew into it, tight shit.
That's pretty good. Let me see if there's anything
Yeah, man.
else
Well, I was gonna,
on
I was
there.
gonna say like I can't stay like super long, but like
Oh,
I
yeah,
totally
no.
did. Yeah, like still like, and obviously like I've come back at some point too.
Was
Oh
there
yeah,
anything
no, we're
that,
we're in the final wrap up.
Sure.
here. I
Oh,
just
you're
wanna
good.
make
You're
sure I
good.
didn't-
Was there anything that maybe you wanted
Yeah.
to talk about that we didn't touch yet?
I feel like honestly, if I did want to like maybe end on like something or like close to it, would just be like, you know, we only get to be like on this little marble, you know, for so long, and like only I think maybe once, depending on what denomination or faith or if any faith you believe in. So it's like, you know, somebody told me once of like, if you could do anything and not get paid for it, what would it be like for the rest of your life? So if you just do something like that or close to it, you know, figure out the money. Like money's gonna come and it's gonna go, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like figure out like really what you want to do and like
Oh, yeah, I definitely agree with the message.
Yeah, exactly, man. Like, yeah, and again, it's like, it's to each their own. Like, figure out, you have plenty of time. You guys are both in your 20s, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like...
We're pretty much twins.
Yeah, well, there you go. So it's like plenty of time to figure it out. Like they say your 20s are your first 10 years of being an adult.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man.
I feel that.
Yeah, you guys know, I mean, like, even like, again, like Gary, like Gary V. You see him a lot. Like, he says, like, you're 20.
He said, how many TikToks have you posted?
Yeah, exactly. Or he's like, you're 20, you're 20% done. You're 30, you're 30% done.
Right.
So, like, just stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, I feel like we all just kind of get, like, we look at, like, what other people are doing. And, like, just, if you just look at yourself of what you're doing.
Oh, yeah. Mind your business. Just live in the moment.
There you go. Just get, like, a little bit better each day. You know, it's like, that's all you got to do.
If you're doing something every day because you really want money from it, you don't really enjoy it. You know what I mean? Do something that you really like to do every day, and money will come. And on that note, thank you guys so much for watching. Please click all the links in the description. It was a blessing to have you here, man. I really do appreciate it.
Hit
the like.
Both you guys, thank you.
Absolutely. We'll definitely have to do it again. Round 2.
For sure.
Maybe get a painting.
Yeah, bro. I love that.
Right back here.
We'll do a paint and sip.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go.
Tune in next week. We'll see you guys later.
Make sure you follow them.
No, it's gone. It's done. It's done.